भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ दयानन्देश्वराय नमः। Now we'll just read the verses from Gita. अमानित्वं मदम्बित्वम् अहिंसा क्षान्तिरार्जवम् आचार्योपासनं शौचं स्थैर्यमात्मविनिग्रहः इन्द्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम् अनहङ्कार एव च जन्म मृत्युजरा व्याधि दुःखदोषानुदर्शनम् असक्तेरनभिष्वङ्गः पुत्रदारगृहादिषु नित्यं च समचित्तत्वम् इष्टानिष्टोपपत्तिषु मयि चानन्ययोगेन भक्तिरव्यभिचारिणी विविक्तदेशसेवित्वम् अरतिर्जनसंसदि अध्यात्मज्ञाननित्यत्वम् तत्त्वज्ञानार्थदर्शनम् एतज्ज्ञानमिति प्रोक्तम् अज्ञानं यदतोऽन्यथा। So, last time we looked at some aspects of shaucham, meaning purity. And we saw that purity can be outer and inner, right? Bahya shaucham, antara shaucham. Now, this we are talking with reference to the individual, because Atma, which is the true self, is always pure. It is never subject to any kind of impurity. Atma, that means Satchidananda, immediately, the understanding in English or Hindi can take place. Sat means existence. Chit is consciousness. Ananda is, you can take it as Purnam or infinite, that which is. So it is really infinite existence consciousness. So Atma, which is the eternal presence, okay? I call it as eternal presence, eternal infinite consciousness presence. Iti. That eternal presence is Purnam. And in that presence, eternal presence, there is no ignorance at all. Nor is any of ignorance's brood. Ignorance ka brood kahan se shuru ho gaya? Identification se shuru ho gaya. So there is nothing in Atma. Atma is free of identification. Atma is free of ignorance. Therefore, in Atma there is no dukkham. Satchidananda doesn't have any dukkham. Dukkham is only for ego, the identified person. Iti. Okay? So, another way of looking at Atma is the infinite eternal light of consciousness presence. Therefore, Atma is said to be Shantam. Shantam means ever of the nature of peace. It is Shivam, auspiciousness. Advaitam, in which there is no trace of duality. Prapancha upashamam. It's a big word, It will come as a shock. That which is totally free of the universe. Why? Changeless. That which never change, it only appears to manifest as everything that is here. But here, so when we are talking about purity, we are not talking about Atma. In the topic of values, purity refers to purity of the individual's antakarana, right? Or even outer environment ka purity and inner environment antakarana's purity. So we looked at some very important points under this topic of Shaucham. One is acknowledging without self-judgment. Negative self-judgment. Acknowledging without negative self-judgment the presence of negative inner states like anger, very human states. We are human beings, all of us have these states, okay? But acknowledging their presence. Ego doesn't, supposing you are a spiritual person, then the thought is that, oh, I'm spiritual, so I should not be having these. It's not like that. We are human beings, these states will be there. Acknowledging that these states like anger, hatred, hurt, sadness, guilt, frustration, resentment, jealousy, anxiety, boredom, loneliness, feeling unsafe, maybe feeling unsupported. There's a big range of emotions are there. They can be there, and so acknowledging that they are there without looking down upon yourself, being very, like kya bolte hain, objective, very factual. This is antakarana. It's not really me, it's antakarana. In the antakarana these things are there and they're habitually there, okay? Then the other point we discussed was, if intensity is high, first you're going to have to bring down the intensity using whatever method you want. आपको जो करना है करो, ब्रीदिंग करना है ब्रीदिंग करो, योगा करना है, you want to stand on your head, whatever you want to do, take homeopathic medicine, जो भी करना है करो, no problem. I suggest EFT. And for many people, when the intensity is middling, not too high, even talking with Bhagwan helps. Making Bhagwan as your personal friend, to whom you can say anything. एंड सो उनको बता दो कि ये हुआ और मुझे अभी बहुत गुस्सा आ रहा है, मेरे साथ ऐसे हुआ, उसने कैसे ऐसे बोला. यू नीड टू टेल somebody, no, you have to vent, so you can vent to Bhagwan iti. So that is also a very nice method actually, which works. I must tell you, we had a maid and her one ambition in life was to get married, okay? Her horoscope says that she cannot get married. तो ऐसे दुख उसके अंदर, because this is her dream that I have to get married and have a family. She never had one. Father ran away when she was 1 year old or something, or maybe when she was born. Mother was a very nasty soul and still is. So there was never any love, and she was going on assuming the love will come from family, and so she wanted to get married. So when I met her, I told her, no, you tell all your dukkha to, and she used to believe in Amritanand Mai. Tell all your dukkha to her. She said, but she is not here to listen. I said, never mind, her photo is there. No. Usko bol do, and you tell her, I want husband. You tell that photo and you cry to her and do whatever you want, anything but all your emotions you tell her only. And tell her also that I want husband. And can you believe she got such a good husband? And now her son has become 25 years old. So anyway, so talking to Ishvara, with that Shraddha Bhakti, lot of devotion, lot of Shraddha, that can also do wonders, real wonders, okay? Venting to Ishvara, okay? Anyway, once the intensity level comes down with these emotions, use Pratipaksha Bhavana, which is in modern, this thing we call it is cognitive therapy, yaar. You look at it differently. Look at the person, the situation, whatever it is, you look at differently, think in the opposite way. So use Pratipakshana Bhavana. What is the purpose? To neutralize this negative state of mind. Okay? So you can see this inner purity is a great tapas. Naturally, it is demanding. It demands from you, it's a tapas. In fact, this I consider is a big tapas. Spiritually, that growth, the process of inner growth is a tapas. Now, one very important point which came to my mind that I should tell, which you all know, but I still feel as my job as a teacher, I should emphasize. We don't cultivate inner purity to become Purna. We, we cultivate it so that we are able to recognize the already existing absolute Purnatvam of the self. Okay? If we think that we want to become Purna, means I have to do something and become Purna, it means that we believe that our conclusion that the self is limited is real. Big sentence, eh? Again, say it again. If I think that I have to become Purna by doing something, only then I will become Purna. That means I am not Purna right now. That's my belief. I am not Purna right now. For me, then that means that that is real. I am not Purna is real. And then the whole Vedantic logic is there by by doing something, action can never make you Purna. Because action is always limited. How can it make you something which is free of limit? It cannot. It can only be that you are Purna, but you have to remove the obstacles that do not allow you to recognize it. Okay? So some obstacles are there and we need to remove those obstacles. So Vedanta again and again will tell you that it is not that you become Purna, you recognize the already existing Purnatvam. And to recognize the already existing Purnatvam, the obstacles to that recognition, what are the obstacles to that recognition? Naturally, the first one is ignorance. And the second one is all the habitual negative states, which are born of the ignorance. So these obstacles must be removed. But here we go backwards. Meaning first you take care of the antakarana, okay? All these habitual negative states which we are having as an individual, we take care of that by creating new habits of healthy thinking, healthy Ishvara based attitudes, healthy emotional states in the face of all of life stressors. We have a lot of stressors in our life, healthy behaviors. And then when we address the problem of ignorance through Shravana, through Manana, through Nididhyasana, the ignorance goes off completely. That's why these value classes are so important, because Shastra has got a vision and it actually calls each of these values as Jnanam because they lead you towards Jnanam. Okay? Now, coming back to our topic of jealousy. So, because I talked about jealousy, I thought a little bit more was left. So, we are usually deeply dissatisfied with ourselves, and that is what usually triggers jealousy. Our own dissatisfaction with ourselves. It looks like our anger at the other person, but it's because we are not satisfied with ourselves. So, jealousy is not about the other person. It is about how we feel about ourselves. Okay? So then when we feel jealous, what can we do? I will always suggest EFT. Beauty of EFT is there's no self-judgment, we are able to admit to anything because we say, even though I have this, I love and accept myself. There's no problem. Even though I have jealousy, I love and accept myself. And then you are able to work on the jealousy. Okay. So it's one of the easiest ways. It's a very much gentler way to reduce these feelings. Now, to tell you about the effectiveness of EFT, I'll just tell you a small thing. This time when I went to Rishikesh, there was one Swamini there, and she goes every morning at 4:30 in the morning to take dip in Ganga. Nobody is there. The light is very dim. There's hardly any light at that time. And she wants to take dip in Ganga, and every day she does it. She has great faith in Ganga. Ganga is deity. She has a bath in her room. Okay, so that because Ganga is a deity, you cannot go dirty to Ganga. It's like a puja that you're doing. Your morning bath in Ganga is a puja. That's the attitude, okay, which the sadhus have there. So she is going for her bath in Ganga as a puja, and it is dark. There's very little water. It's all stones, hard stones. You get to overdose of acupressure, you may cut your foot and all. So one day when she went, she found the water was very low, and she went in deeper, and the chain also ended, and she got scared that what if I get washed away? So this was her fear. I will go because she'll not give up her bath. She was having a lot of fear. I will get washed away. So I said, okay, I have a modality with me. If you are ready to try it out, we can try it out and let us see. Your fear, we will work with that. And so I taught her EFT and we did for fear. Next morning she went, she said, my God, I didn't even remember I had fear. All that happened was she learned, her wisdom came into place and she became more cautious. She realized I should not go so far. I can just, lie down and take my dip in the low water. Okay? And there was no trace of fear. Gone, completely gone. Okay? So that is, the beauty of EFT. Yesterday I was doing EFT for one girl. With anxiety, it is amazing. Just amazing. Eh? So anyway, when jealous, what happens? Usually we get angry with the other person and we may act upon that anger कि उसके बारे में गंदे वस्तु बोल दो दूसरों को. You can do all kinds of things in jealousy, no? But instead of taking some action based on anger or just withdrawing into your own shell, it's better to calm down first by doing EFT. Okay, so EFT allows you to acknowledge your negative feelings without acting upon them. I shared some EFT, I hope some of you looked at it, and I have many more of them. But then I thought first you look at it, and then if anybody is using them, then I will share. If anybody wants, you DM me. So now I thought that I have an important point to say. Okay. So the heart of self-growth, we are talking about inner purity and growth and whatnot with reference to Antakarana. The heart of self-growth is being able to acknowledge negative emotional states. Okay, let me put you all on top. So then I'm looking at you straight. Okay. So you acknowledge negative emotional states without self-condemnation. Without acting upon them, you have enough discipline not to act upon them. That also is not an easy thing. That's why I keep calling this as a tapas, and transforming those states to more healthy ones. So we are learning to self-regulate our emotional life. Okay? Okay. Not so pertinent to I would say to you all as students, because you all are pretty mature students, eh? But if it were younger ones, then we would talk about that. The light has gone off, eh? Okay. So in EFT, as you may have seen, if you looked at those documents, you can start with whatever is happening in your body or mind. All you have to do is be very specific. So easiest way to do EFT is to tune into your own body, which may be very difficult for Vedantins. Eh? They're so used to, saying I'm not the body, I'm not the body. Eh? So tune into whatever sensations are there in the body. That is the easiest thing to do. And how that makes you feel. And then you start your EFT. Okay. Or you can start with the specific event that is, here we are talking about jealousy, and specific event that makes you jealous. Maybe a friend is having more financial success, or a co-worker is getting more attention, whatever the reason could be. Okay. So usually we feel jealous because it triggers our own deep down conclusion that I'm not good enough. If that conclusion is there, I'm not good enough. Many people who have had difficult childhoods, and I do EFT for people, inevitably it's there. So I tell you, this good parenting is so important, because what parents, the best, I think the best gift you can give to children is their self-confidence. If you're not able to give that, I would say, we have failed as parents. Eh? If you give them low self-esteem, anyway, more will come out. Yesterday was just a consultation call. Eh? Okay. So, actually, we are feeling I'm not good enough, but actually, what is there? Is there divinity shining as I? Ishvara is sitting here shining as I. That consciousness, that divinity, that eternal presence is alone shining here as I. And if a person has this conclusion that I am apurna, I am lacking, I am not good enough, then it can block any free expression of their talent, of their skills. So we need to become aware of critical inner voices. Take care of that. Whatever method you do is okay, but it has to be neutralized, iti. Then we should become aware of limiting beliefs that we have. And we learn how to unprogram ourselves from limiting beliefs. And if you discover any limiting belief and you don't know how to unprogram it, you can contact me, on a private message, and I can teach you how to do that. Yeah. I am limited because I am not allowed to teach EFT. Because to be a trainer in EFT, Rangana has got a very big standards. So you have to actually undergo training to be a trainer. And she has a point there, because supposing you do group training, what happens is somebody is having an overwhelm. Because when you talk about these things, some people will get lot of feelings coming up. Then you should know how to handle the overwhelm in a group. Supposing 10 people are having overwhelm, you have taken 20 people class, and 10 people are having a lot, or even 5 people are having. You have to be able to address all of them. So there's a special training for that. So she doesn't give you permission to train in group. But one on one is okay, yaar. One on one, क्या पता होगा उसको पता भी नहीं होगा है. So one on one you can do that. Eh? So, okay. So Vedanta is very helpful. We need to develop, our sense of well-being, our security with oneself. Very prayerful. And Vedanta is very helpful because it points out that Ishvara is always with you. In the Hanuman Chalisa, I'm going on saying that, Ishvara is with you, Ishvara is with you, Ishvara is with you. On top of everything, Ishvara is Suhrud. Suhrud means the one who is your friend, who is your well-wisher. Supposing we have Shraddha only in this much, अरे भले नॉलेज ना हो, श्रद्धा हो कि ईश्वरा इज माय वेल विशर एंड ईश्वरा हमेशा मेरे साथ है, then that Shraddha, that Ishvara is here with me always, that gives so much of security and safety. No, such a big safety and security. And then what happens? Ye Vedant sun ke, as you become more familiar with Vedanta, and you may have brief insights into the truth of yourself, दिख जाएगा. आप इसके ऊपर मनन करते हो, ये करते हो, तब दिख जाती है. Even if you don't want, you will see it. Then slowly, as that increases, the period increases, the beauty is you give less reality to your mind. Because you are able to see that all the vrittis, because every negative state is also a vritti only, and all the vrittis are but temporary. They come and go, and they are illumined in Ishvara's light, the light which shines as I. Iti. Anyway, having given all this bhashan, having understood the futility of jealousy, when we see good qualities and accomplishments in someone, Maybe if we can permit ourselves to feel happy, allow ourselves to feel happy, that will be the pratikpaksha bhavana for jealousy. To be happy for somebody else's success. Okay? Be happy. So praise them. And you can think, well, wow, कैसे उसने progress किया. So maybe let us appreciate that person, praise that person, befriend that person, get inspiration from that person. Maybe if we want to also, get that kind of accomplishment, whatever accomplishment they are having, which we are feeling jealous about, and we want to achieve that, then let us praise that person and, learn from that person, iti. So that would be the Pratipaksha Bhavana for jealousy. Okay. So we can see like this, we have looked at Ashaucham for many things, and there are many more, and hopefully we will cover them all in due course. Then as we deal with Ashaucham gently and consistently, okay, so the Antakarana clears. Lot of clearing takes place. And it's possible that if those ashauchams were contributing to our ill health, as they get cleared, the physical health also will improve, if that was the reason. Sometimes that's not, because it's karma, you know. Sometimes karma can be there. So now let's look at the four. I am just boiling, I had put the AC on and now the light is gone. So the fan is also stopped. I'll put the fan on. Okay. So now let's look at our 4 questions for Ashaucham. Okay. I will have to press escape. Okay. And you all will share with me, what do you feel that by following Shaucham, what will I gain?
The
I am organized.
Organized. Okay.
Organized and tidy. That is external also.
Okay. Organized. Oh my God, I don't have this, This is my big failing. Okay. Organized and tidy. Okay. Then
I get rid of suffering due to inner conflict.
free
I
of,
get
free of,
suffering,
wait.
suffering
I will put it in smaller, free of suffering.
due to inner conflict.
I'll say free of inner conflict. Okay.
So I become more
I'll
prayerful.
just say no suffering, no inner conflict. Okay. So that I have more space.
Yeah.
No suffering. 1 minute, huh? Just let me write, then you tell. I am doing tapas of heat, no inner conflict. Okay. Then,
I,
Antakaran Shuddhi.
yes,
I'm
I'm just calling it AS.
Okay.
I'll call it inner Shuddhi. Same
I
thing.
am at peace.
Inner Shuddhi.
I
Good,
am
very nice.
I am
Peace,
prayerful. Prayerful.
prayerful. Okay.
Remove
Peaceful.
obstruction to spiritual growth.
I beg your pardon?
Remove obstruction to spiritual growth.
Huh.
Of
No obstruction. Very nice. To growth, to inner growth.
Peaceful.
वो तो किसी ने बोल दिया है peaceful.
Purity. Purity, that Antakaran, purity.
Yeah, that Shuddhi has already come.
Yes.
I want to make a point. Okay. No pile up of negative states. Free from pile up. I want to use the word pile up. No obstruction. I can write over here, no pile up. Otherwise, what happens? If we don't attend to it, no, it piles up. The negative states pile up and they cause deep impressions. Eh? No pile ups. Okay. Then I have written. Say, uncle.
I am more meditative.
More meditative.
Integrated personality. Integrated personality.
More integrated. The word personality is too big. More integrated. Clear mind which is available for Vedanta. Available
Yes.
for Vedanta. Most likely. We don't know. You need lot of punya for that. Some people have got, lot of antakarna shuddhi, but no interest. A fair amount of antakarna shuddhi, but no interest in Vedanta means punya, absence of punya.
Can we write Pratipaksh Bhavana?
Yeah, I become good at Pratipaksha Bhavana.
Yes.
I'll write Pratipaksha Bhavana. Now I can write healthy thinking. Pratipaksha
Yes.
Bhavana is same as healthy thinking. Correct?
Yes.
And now this is a point which normally people won't talk, but I will talk, is I may have freedom from disease because of no pile up. When the pile is cleared, okay, if that was the cause for, as I told you, negative states of mind, they create a body chemistry. And that body chemistry can create disease for you. When the mental state is made more healthy, if the pile up is cleared out, then there is a good chance there will be recovery from those problems which came because of that pile up. Okay? So likely freedom from more
Disease.
physical health. I'll write physical health improves. Improvement.
You
It may
you
be.
become neat and tidy.
We can't definitely say that because karma is a big factor in physical health, meaning past karma. Purva Janam ki kuch is now coming as a disease, so that this is not entirely true. Physical health improvement, if only there was a if conditional physical health improvement is all I can say.
No, controlling the mind is related with your controlling the breath. So it will be pranayam. Will it be? No.
Yeah, controlling breath would be pranayam, definitely.
So
Breathing
we
practice.
can write. So we can write this. No, because I'll be
What
controlling
do I
my.
gain by following Shaucham? Not necessary. And pranayam will give you physical health anyway. Better
You
physical health.
become neat and clean.
That
And
uncle
you're
is written, organized and
That is
tidy.
organized, tidy. It is written.
okay.
Yeah. So now let's go. What do you lose by following Shaucham?
I become unorganized.
That's me.
Most of us we are.
No, some people are very tidy, no? I'm not tidy at all, eh?
No, we are then ugly and messy.
Yeah,
It's
no,
the same.
I come to your house. It's very neat.
No, I'm not talking of myself.
Yeah, you are very neat. They say if you're neat, it means you're sattvic, So then I keep thinking, maybe I'm not sattvic. Eh? Okay, unorganized then.
Increase of rag and dvesha.
Good, very nice. Increased raga, dvesha. In fact, pile up. It will just
No antakaran shuddhi.
no inner purity.
Not
Also, I put a point, mechanical habitual response. Means I'm not taking care of my responses. I get jealous, to gali do dusre ko. I get angry, bukka maro. You know, so it's there's no conscious living. We can put it like that. No conscious living. Yeah?
Actually, what do I gain? There we can write conscious living.
Ah, very nice. Okay.
Consciously.
That is very important.
Yes, yes. Only, yeah, it's very, very important. And this
I use
conscious living is actually, I catch I'm all, conscious living is actually, makes you a yogi. It's more or less,
Actually, if you have conscious living,
as
you have
long as you're awake, if you have conscious living, then the growth is quite rapid. Huh?
conscious living. Solves probably your
Yeah.
most of the problems. Most of the
Yes.
problems will be solved.
Okay.
This all negativity and jealousy. It is because of not conscious living. We are not conscious about what we are thinking.
Yeah. It's a tough, that's why it's a tapas, it's not easy. Because firstly, it's very difficult for people to admit to a negative state. That is the biggest difficulty. They'll not be able to admit I'm having a negative state. Like that, easily they can't admit it. Very, once you admit, you can look into how you will handle something. If you don't admit itself, then how can you take care of it? Huh? So denial is a very big issue. Okay,
I
no,
will be
no inopinion.
no
Bad
aesthetic
habits.
sense. No aesthetic sense.
1 minute. I won't say it's lack of aesthetic sense.
Because if you are untidy or not
Untidy, but it
organized,
doesn't mean you're, untidy is just a habitual response. Doesn't mean the aesthetic sense is not there. I can say that I have a very, very finely refined aesthetic sense, but I am untidy.
no, when the
Okay, then I
house is
don't live up to that.
unorganized, the things are hanging. The painting is there where it should not be. So that shows the unaesthetic, the aesthetic sense is not there. That is what
But
I
I don't
take
think
that.
it's connected with Bahya Shaucham. Aesthetic sense is a matter of beauty, and that could be so subjective. What you
Yes.
feel is a good place for a painting, somebody else may feel is not a good place for a painting. It's very subjective. But if your house is dirty, that's not subjective. If there is
No,
dust and dirt there and you have not mopped your place and फिर पूरा सबके ऊपर dust पड़ी है, वो subjective नहीं है. That's a reality.
yes, I think I read that Japanese are very particular. If they put a painting at a particular place, and they think that that is the only place where it should be put. It shouldn't put
That's their opinion.
anywhere else.
That is
If
their
you call
personal.
an architect, he will tell you, yes, you have to put your sofa like that, the chair like that, table like that, isn't it?
But you need not agree with him, that's his opinion.
That is right.
So anyway, no conscious living. So now let's come to this by not following Shaucham. Ooh, we have to make this bigger. Okay. By not following Shaucham, let me, I'm going to readjust this. I'm going to remove this. Oh, I'll make it small. You can watch. Oh, okay. Let's go.
We become carefree.
Yes.
It's the same thing. What is there or not?
Okay. By not following Shaucham, tell me now. I was, I wrote something, I don't know in what context I wrote it, but I've written it, so I'll tell you what it is. I said
You are muted, Guruma.
Yes,
that
no
was
sound.
geo failing.
Oh yes, yes. That is why recording stopped also.
Yeah, no, now the recording has started again.
It has started.
Yeah. Let's see if it will go again. Okay, let's share. Okay. By not following Shaucham, I have written the rasa. Very mean. The rasa of feeling victimized. You know, like people are having resentment. उसने मुझे ऐसे बोला, उसने मुझे ऐसे किया. So maybe in that context, I've written the person feels victimized, and there is a certain, you know, I mean, the person who feels victimized is not able to let go of that and get some kind of rasa from that. We can leave that out, eh? That's a very this thing. Okay. I've written possibly others' attention and pity. If you project yourself as very Deena and Hina, you don't take care of your own feelings and you are always time saying, उसने मुझे ऐसे किया, उसने मुझे ऐसे बोला.
Self-pity.
Complaining type बन जाता है
Then
आदमी.
you know you do it so that you get some others' attention and pity. Means you don't want to grow, so that you can get more attention, more pity. You know,
Very pampered.
get
No, it's okay.
others' attention.
Started.
It's a possibility. Eh? And then what I mean is rasa means enjoy the feeling of being a victim.
वो आइए पुष्पा
You know, means आपकी identity ऐसी है कि you are a victim, and then you want to, you know, you get lot of attention from that. Eh? So that is not taking care of shaucham. You know, you are
You are
having.
unorganized, you know.
Then another thing I've written, strengthening the belief that I am apurna. I don't know if this is STREN. It's true. Person doesn't take care of shaucham. Person who let's put it this way, it's not entirely true. The person who is taking care of the shaucham because they've understood Vedanta and they have, you know, they are a sadhaka now. And that person is taking care of shaucham because he knows that I want to recognize that I am Purnam. Right? So if he doesn't follow shaucham, then actually what is happening is the belief in one's own apurnatvam, the belief is strengthened.
Is strengthened.
Yeah? Are you able to see that?
Yes.
Then I've written strengthening of mechanical habitual responses, or strengthening of negative mental states. That's at least we can see. Strengthening of negative mental. And then of course all these things you will have inner conflict, suffering, obstruction, you know.
No inner peace.
Yeah. It's endless, eh? The problems. No inner peace. Not available for learning. Even normal things, you know, even in life lessons, eh? Okay. Unconscious living, okay? Yeah?
Yes.
Unconscious.
Unorganized.
Okay. And then, of course, other things like the bahya ashaucham will be there, eh? Untidy, dirty, this, that, huh? Yes, Shobha? क्या बोलने वाली?
That diseases.
हाँ, okay. Possible disease. Okay. Then by not following Shaucham, what will you lose? I've written only one thing, happiness. You will lose happiness and lose peace. Any more?
Peace of mind. Yes.
Hmm? By not following Shaucham, what are you going to lose? All this. You can just write the same thing. Conscious living you lose.
Conscious, organized, and tidy, and
Conscious living, being organized,
Health.
nice and tidy, health.
antakaran shuddhi.
Yeah, you know, usually when I write short form, I'll write AS. Antakarana Shuddhi is AS. Inner purity. What do you lose? You lose healthy thinking. Healthy thinking, healthy behavior also. Eh?
You lose a chance to learn Vedanta.
Yeah. No, no learning mindset, all right. And here I'm making it very general. Not only Vedanta, you don't have a learning mindset. That's why I always say, you know, people are people who can learn and grow, or there are people who can never learn and they cannot grow. Like for example, Duryodhana. He had the company of Krishna and so many great people were around these people, but they don't learn anything, you know. Whole life was a waste. Eh? So you could, because that learning mindset was not there. The ego was so strong, no? They cannot learn anything. Eh? It's only about nourishing ego. Huh? Okay, I think with that, we are done with this. Okay. If you have any more, then tell me. I will put it in for next time. So now I have some more time and I think I may be able to finish Sthairyam. Okay. Sthairyam means perseverance. It means stability, steadiness. Steadiness, perseverance to the goal. That is called as Sthairyam. Let's look at what Shankaracharya, I don't know if I put it there, what Shankaracharya had to say, because I have written it here. Look at that, my God. So, Sthairyam, Shankaracharya says, is Sthira Bhavaha. Moksha Marge Eva Krita Adhyavasayatvam. So, steadiness, perseverance, meaning a committed pursuit. Towards what? Moksha Marge Eva. Committed pursuit towards moksha. That is Shankaracharya's definition of Sthairyam under chapter 13. Yeah. Moksha Marge Eva Krita Adhyavasayatvam. So in the context of Atmajnanam, it means let there be firm determination. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Very firm, ascertained determination. The person has got viveka, the person has got certain amount of vairagya, and so he has got an ascertained understanding that the goal, the parama purushartha in life is gaining of Atmajnanam. Very good thing, you know. Parama Purushartha is gaining Atmajnanam. I would like whoever it is, I'm going to mute you because I'm getting disturbed. Okay. 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 This kind of perseverance is required because, like in other matters in life, many type of obstacles can be there in the life of a seeker. कभी कभी क्या होता है, we get a new idea, so excited, and then we are so enthusiastic. Without thinking anything, we go to implement it. And later on, we realize that it's going to take much more effort than we had imagined. And we leave that, like chanting or Sanskrit, you know. And then, of course, we will give some reason or the other. Justify to kar hi denge. And then, if you are conscientious, we feel guilt. And then, if you feel guilt, then you will doubt your abilities also. And then, next time to start over again becomes very difficult. So, sthairya or perseverance means that whatever goal we have decided to pursue, we keep trying it till it is achieved without coming under influence of laziness, distraction, etc. So, when there is sthairya, one does not give up, okay, when obstacles turn up unexpectedly. So, there's a saying in Sanskrit, prarabhyate na khalu vigna bhayena nichaihi prarabhya vigna vihata viramanti madhyaha vignaihi punah punarapi pratihanyamanaha prarabhya tu uttama janaha na parityajanti. So they've classed people into three categories. Nichaihi, lesser. I have to be more kind. I wrote the word lesser, but it is actually the lowest. Okay, the lowest kind of people, they don't even start any good work because they think that obstacles will come. And then there are the medium, madhyamaha, you know. So they, what do they think? That they will start a good work, but if any obstacle comes, then they give it up. But then the uttama janaha, the people of the highest, you know, we can say quality or whatever, people, the best people, they will start whatever they have to do and they won't abandon it even if there are many, many obstacles to it. So Krishna is telling us, be a uttama sadhaka. No matter how many obstacles come in your way, in the way of attaining what? Atma Jnanam, don't stop. Keep making efforts. Because self-knowledge is the Parama Purushartha, in which all the Purusharthas are included, and after which nothing else needs to be done. It's a mighty Purushartha, mighty goal. So lot of determination is required to achieve this goal. It's so crazy, no? There should be no difficulty in gaining Atma Jnanam. Why? Because it is knowledge about myself. I am very much present here. It is not some remote knowledge. Main to idhar hu. And I happen to love myself the most. So it is a very dear subject matter. Iti. But this very simple knowledge actually appears so difficult because of our attachment to our raga dveshas, attachment to the non-self, to the identification with the ego, attachment to our raga dveshas. This prevents us from recognizing our own self to be, I will use poetic words, eternal love, eternal peace, eternal joy, eternal presence, eternal light. So lack of viveka, and then if viveka is lacking, vairagya will be lacking. Consequently, vairagya will be lacking. So this is the main obstacle in gaining Atma-Jnanam. So the obstacles in the I have to go back. Obstacles in this committed pursuit, they are adhyatmika. Now we've seen this before. Disturbance which come because of our own body and mind. Adhibhautika, disturbances arising due to surrounding persons. You know, the environment, some disturbances, neighbor has put on very loud music. You can't meditate. Dum, 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 it's going on. Or Adidaivika, disturbances arising because of cosmic forces. And in the cosmic forces are also the effect of our prarabdha karma. Iti. But out of the three, the obstacles that occur due to adhyatmika are the main ones because we can influence them. And what are these obstacles? They are vyadhi. Vyadhi means disease. Sthana. Sthana means weakness, physical or mental. Sthana. Samshaya, doubt. Okay. Pramada, carelessness. Alasya, laziness. Bhogecha, bhoga buddhi, always seeking pleasure. Bhranti is delusion. So these kind of obstacles are there. So vyadhi is disease, sickness of the body. When the body is healthy, then at least the mind is free of the preoccupation with the body. You know, otherwise we get preoccupied with our body. So body should be kept healthy as far as you can, you know. Yoga, proper diet, whatever is within our control, let us do it. But luckily for Vedanta, we don't need like some Superman body or like that. We don't need that because all you need is a healthy body because all you're aiming for is knowledge. So we just need a body that supports us. Okay. So great powers and all of the body is not required in Vedanta. Okay. Atma Gyan ke liye we don't need that. So for moksha, you should be able to listen. बहुत दर्द हो रहा है तो maybe you won't be able to listen. You should be able to meditate on the truth that is being told in satsang. On that you should be able to meditate. Itna health we need. Okay. Then we have sthana. Sthana means weakness. You have desire, but you don't have the strength to do. This desire to chant, but one is having some weakness, one is not able to chant. The person wants to do puja. The person is too weak to do puja. Wants to listen to talks, but the mind is not just stable enough. So when sthana is there, lot of enthusiasm and effort is required. We'll have to keep trying with enthusiasm. If supposing, knowledge of Sanskrit is required, then make the effort for that. So in Vedanta, what is required? Listening. Shravanam is required. So regular listening with enthusiasm. So for sthana, effort. Okay, effort is required to remove this problem of sthana. Next is samshaya, doubt. Vedanta is a very difficult subject. Will I gain this Atmajnanam or not? This is called as doubt. What is the remedy for this? Shravanam. Again and again do Shravanam, because knowledge is gained only through Shravanam. So Shravanam, Mananam, it needs to be undertaken consistently in some form or the other. And at the same time, you do make efforts for Antakarana Shuddhi. Then Pramada, carelessness, unconscious living, negligence, heedless, careless, regarding what is to be done. There's this person, he wanted to go from Delhi to Ahmedabad. Okay. But what did he do? He sat in the train which goes to Tiruvananthapuram. He either forgot or he did not know that where this train is going to take him. So the remedy for carelessness is what? Naturally, cautious. Let there be caution, let there be alert, let there be conscious living. Then alasya, laziness, indolence. I thought what I want to do, but I lack the will to go ahead with it. It's called laziness. So there's a difference between pramada and alasya. Pramada means I'm not careful about what I have to do. Okay? And my mind is occupied elsewhere. Whereas alasya, one knows what one wants to do, but one does not do it. Doesn't have the willpower enough. Now the problem is, we human beings always want joy from whatever we do. And if the joy is not there, then we become lazy. Mind is always interested in happiness. So it is seeking happiness from every activity. No happiness, then says, nahi, main nahi karunga, iti. See, similarly now I'm to do japa. But if there is no joy in japa, person is not getting any joy, then there will be laziness in doing it. He'll say, do it like a duty. In due course, slowly, you will get the joy. So where the mind is predominantly rajasic or tamasic, we don't get joy from doing something which is a duty. If it's just a duty, something which is to be done. And if you're not finding joy in whatever that you're supposed to be doing, then all we can say is find ways of making it interesting. Be creative, kuch karo, so that you find joy. In the case of Atma Jnanam, the person needs to know what is the benefit of Atma Jnanam. Usko wo benefit nahi pata hai, and then he is forced to listen. It will be very boring for the fellow. So laziness, alasya can be conquered by thinking of how is this going to benefit me. मुझे इसमें से क्या मिलने वाला है? Keep thinking about that, and then continually, regularly do your shravana. And then slowly, the joy will take place. Why will joy take place? Because if we so desire, we can find joy in anything, even study of Vedanta. Then the other big problem is absence of vairagya. Bhogicha is there. Bhogicha means the desire for enjoyment. So when desire for enjoyment is there, mind is very extroverted. And they won't be very much interested in study of scriptures and all. We have got that kitty party has to go, then picture mein jana hai, wo karna hai, ye karna hai. All that will be there. Bhogicha is there. Atma Jnanam means you have to study scripture, you have to think about it. It also requires time. Iti. So one will not have the necessary subtlety and concentration for that scripture. And how to reduce this bhogecha? By discrimination. Seeing the anityatvam of any bhoga, seeing that what I want is nitya, what I want is actually nitya. What is nitya? Nitya is Ishvara. Nitya is Bhagwan. And Bhagwan is the source of all the joy and all the love and all the peace and all the security. Iti. And so developing that love for the Lord. Okay, it's time. Listening about Lord, offering physical puja, chanting names of the Lord, etc. Then the next one is Bhranti. Bhranti means false knowledge or delusion. I see a rope, but I think it's a snake. So many times, the seeker will think that what I am thinking is right. It's not. But he thinks that what I am thinking is right. So seeker can be actually confused, but not believe that he is confused. So what is the way out for this? Listening to scriptures again and again removes the Bhranti. So these were the obstacles to Sthairya. Yeah. And so how about regarding removing those obstacles? Recognize what they are. Be determined to remove them. Okay. And then, supposing, you are determined to remove them, supposing you don't have the willpower, wo nahi hai. Or there are so many obstacles which come over which we don't have control. What to do with that? Prayer. Seek help. Puja Swamiji's beautiful statement was, seeking help is intelligent living. So seek help. Ask Ishvara. Ishvara is the all-powerful. When we recognize that we have limited power, we can go to the all-powerful and seek help. And believe me, it comes, Seek help from Ishvara, that these obstacles are there and I don't have what it takes to remove them. I need your help. Okay? Okay. And Ishvara helps. Being well-wisher, Ishvara helps. Ishvara's grace is always with us, but we need to put in some effort also. It's like sunlight. Sunlight is equally present everywhere, right? But in the morning when we get up, all the curtains are closed and we'll say, oh, the sun has not risen, the sun has not risen. We have to take the effort to open those curtains, no? Only then we'll know that the sunlight is there. So we also need to make whatever effort is required on our part, and rest, grace of Ishvara is always there. So let prayer be part of our daily routine as a sadhaka. And then asatoma satgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya mrityoma amritam gamaya. This will be there, and it is 18:10. So I will remove this business of 4 questions to next time. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.